Shake it up, shake it up.
Check it out, guys. Let's pretend we never had this conversation. Right. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Blessings to Lessons podcast. It's your boy Lejar, and today we have
Dwayne.
Yo, it's
Mr.
Dwayne.
Spencer. Or Mr. Spencer. Dwayne. Or Mr.
Yo, how you been, my man?
Listen, I've been alright in it. I've been alright, man. It's nice.
It's been a long time.
We
haven't talked in ages, bro.
We haven't talked in ages, like last night, yeah.
How I want to. So how can I do?
Oh,
It was never recording.
don't play me.
Or the mic.
Oh. Shoot. That was some good stuff there, though.
That was some good stuff.
That was some excellent stuff.
Okay.
Okay. I'm playing. No, I'm joking. I know you meant that because there was like a big gap because you went away in Canada. Yeah. But before that, I know this guy from time.
100%, bro.
From time.
Man, it's been time. Like we literally met on a basketball court, and where what was it? Croydon
Park Hill. So we met on a basketball court where I used to be. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say what happened on the court, but I mean, let's leave that for another episode.
Okay,
LJ knows what used to go on there. But yeah, we met on a basketball court. Used to play basketball in Croydon. You know, where boys become men.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Croydon.
Where boys become men.
Yeah, in Croydon.
Yeah.
Wonderful area. And then we were just normal. But then I think more later on in our life, where we, I guess, in our relationships, where we had different relationships, and there was some hurt and through hard breakups.
Yeah.
That's where we began to spend more time with each other and stuff like that. And and you were there. So.
It's so interesting. Like that's the thing. It's like it has been through situations like that. I know your one was quite long as well. You weren't like I think that's what brought us together a lot was discovering what we needed to do to improve as men throughout those breakups.
Yeah.
To kind of discover like who we need to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like for me, I feared growing. You know what I'm saying? I feared growing. I don't know about you, but like, what was it like?
Let's put some meat on the bones. You know, all this general stuff. Let's tell them the people. We won't go into
bro. You know? Having deja vu right now.
We won't go into details, but I was part of a very long relationship.
Right.
10 years, and that didn't work out, and it was a very hard breakup for me during that time, and I guess for me in the space of a day, my life just changed. And I guess that's when LJ came, and he was really supportive during that time. He used to call me at 12 at night sometimes, like, Dwayne, come out, we're going shisha, you know, to drink tea and stuff. 12 at night. I don't do shisha, but I used to buy tea there, and he used to be like, come out. And I'd be like, no, I'm not coming out. But I did go out because it was important to be around someone who was supportive and, you know, and understand what I was going through at that time. So that's how we started building our relationship together. Yeah. And that's how, you know, things went, you know, like from strength to strength, I would say. And I'll be real. I was crying a lot of the times. Yeah. I was heartbroken, you know, and that was a space for, I felt safe, you know, to share how I was feeling at that time, you know, so I can recover from, you know, that heartbreak. Right. Yeah. And that's how, you know, I know you had a situation. Yeah. Where I repaid the favor.
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, when I had my breakup was hard on me, man. Yeah. It was like I feared so much because I had lost from what I felt. Like I lost my version of a future. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I was in so much pain. I was crying for a week. You remember this? Like I was like,
call me like,
oh my god! It wasn't even.
That's fine though.
No, but this is the thing. I realized I needed to let it out. I think one thing that I discovered, you know, after the fact was that all those emotions that you have, you can't hold it in, man. That's really, it's so bad for you to hold in so much emotion and feelings. Yeah. Because feelings are what makes us human. Right. And it gives us that character that we need to be able to develop and grow and change what our lives turn out like. You know, for me, I was stuck in a way of thinking for so long that I didn't really acknowledge what I was going to do in my life. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the things that I was doing weren't actually benefiting who I needed to be. And then in the breakup, for me, I was just this person that wasn't growing.
Okay.
You know, I wasn't a person who grown, and I needed to let all that pain out. And then obviously when you came to support and you were like talking to me and we were having conversations, it's like I started realizing a lot more. It wasn't just you.
Yeah.
But it was a collective effort
Yeah,
from
had
a
the
lot of
man
my
them.
friends, and also from me going to like counseling.
Yeah.
I feel like counseling, guys, is super important for you.
Come on.
You know, especially after a very emotional, traumatic situation. I know it can be very costly, but sometimes you do just need the ability to go talk to someone that doesn't connect to you, isn't going to get bored, isn't really biased about situations, and just listens.
Can I just add to that? And I'll be real. Like, I totally agree. But the reality is, though, bro, is that a lot of young black men don't want to hear about that counseling.
Right.
And the world has told us that we need to be
I
strong.
think it's a lot of men in general as well.
Oh yeah, exactly. A lot of men in general,
100%,
exactly.
yeah.
Let's just put it all there. A lot of men in general, you know, the world has told us we need to be strong, independent, show no emotion, you know, have it all sorted together, have a six figure salary,
Right.
you know, just be everything, you know, and yeah, I totally agree. It's important to show that you are broken sometimes, because that's a process, you know, that you have to go through sometimes before you actually, you know, get healing.
Yeah.
And identify in yourself what you did right, what you did wrong, and how you need to improve. So yeah, I think the great thing about our stories is that in both cases, we were able to, you know, to be free and to show emotion, and to, you know, and to have compassion and to be safe, you know, with you know, with safe people to support us through that.
100%.
So I think that was beautiful, and that's why we're kind of here now in it.
I think, and honestly, I think with young guys, I feel like a lot of us young guys, we fear emotion.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't want to talk about emotion. A lot of us don't want to interact in that emotional way because, you know, you're deemed as,
soft.
You're soft.
Soft.
You know, you're weak, you're soft. And, like, what's wrong with you, bro? Yeah. I was like, yo, I feel like you're a lot stronger when you're actually able to acknowledge that you can be emotional. I was reading a book from Richard Schwartz, you know, it's called No Bad Parts.
Yeah.
And it basically talks about us as men and as people in general. Like, we have all these parts about us that have collected trauma throughout our lives, and those parts of our trauma have like branched off.
Right.
And some of us might be stuck in an emotional place when we were kids. Like, you might have been hit a certain way.
Yeah.
And now you fear someone hitting you, or you feel disciplined,
exactly.
or you fear something like that, and that's traumatized you. But you didn't realize that until you're 20. So when you're 20, you fear discipline. So you might be scared of your manager or an authority figure.
Right.
I think we talked about this on last podcast.
Yeah.
Of being in a position of where now you have to submit.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like for me, emotionally, I never knew how to let it out. That's why I needed to go to a counselor to talk. I needed to talk to my friends about it. Is it alright that I'm emotional? Is it, you know? And for a long time, I didn't really know how to express myself. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's so odd, bro.
It's mad. It's mad because you have to, you know, you have to know how to do that, and you have to understand, you know, what works and what doesn't work. And we talked about this in regards to how you respond, and probably you would relate to this. Like, in those times, we talk about retracting, or just, you know, just trying to leave the situation, or not engaging. Trying to have your space. In a negative way, I'm talking about, and you know, and
it's like having a fight and just walking off.
Walking off, exactly. I mean, like, sometimes you need to, you know, take
some time,
take time, but you can't just always want to be by yourself and not deal with the situations, you know, that you're going through. And for me, that wasn't, because I know how I am, and that's something I like doing. I just like to, you know, okay, you know what, let me just move away and just go and do my own thing, you know, not knowing that wasn't really helpful all the time to the situation, to actually, you know, giving the person, my partner, a foundation to share their concerns, you know, and that's important.
It is. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I learned, is that I wasn't a person who was good at communicating. Throughout my relationship, for example, is that I didn't understand how to communicate and explain my values, and like explain not just values, but explain my side of a story. And because I felt like, why should I? You know, you have almost this sense of pride. This pride that, you should know why I'm angry. And it's like, it's not true. That none of that was true at all, because I realized, like, sometimes you need to have a conversation and need to have a sit down and say, look, this is the issue that I have. And communicate it. but not in a negative way. Like, you know, you walk off and then you expect them to know what
they. Yeah, like, read your mind,
and not shouting at them and screaming at them and getting angry, but like communicating and be like, look, can we have a conversation about it?
Yeah.
Because what I would do is I'd either lash out in anger or I would walk away. And the thing is, where I realized that came from was when, like, my grandparents.
Yeah.
My family figures. And I saw them doing that when I was growing up. And then I was doing that in my relationship. And it's really about compromising what you used to know to what you need to know. Because what you used to know, a lot of the time, it isn't right.
Yeah.
You know, unless you grew up in a very healthy, you know, environment growing up as a kid, a lot of the time, we see our family members shouting, hitting, you know, I mean, you know, using all these negative, emotional, you know, lashes out and physical as well. And we take that in and we do that. But at the same time, I realized, nah, man, I can't be doing that now. Like, after the fact, obviously, because I thought, I'm fine. I thought I was all good when I was still there.
Yeah.
But then after the fact, I started realizing, wow, I was messing up. Like, the conversations I was having, I'd walk away, arguments. Like, I didn't really know how to sit myself down and correct who I was, because I never thought that I needed any correction or correct any of the actions that I was taking.
Right. So where was I can probably say mine as well. But where was the point that you of realization or the point of change? Because there's always like one point or situation that happens where you say, you know what, I mean, it's usually a breakup.
For me, it was that.
It's usually a breakup. I mean, usually a breakup that happens, but okay, let me reassess who I am and what I need to do and change my behavior. But for you, was it the breakup itself, or what was it?
It was the breakup, but I think it was also seeing myself in the mirror and realizing this isn't the person that I want to be for the rest of my life.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think when I looked in the mirror and I said I wasn't doing what I ever said I wasn't. I wasn't being a photographer. I wasn't being a creative content creator. I wasn't doing my podcast that I've always wanted to do. I started looking at myself like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why can't I deal with my finances? Yeah. Why can't I deal with my health? Why am I so unfit? Why can't I stop smoking? Why can't I had no discipline.
No discipline.
And no ability to commit to who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that I realized that I needed to change. And I think the moment was I looked into that mirror and it's like I didn't like what I saw. Yeah. Like, I didn't like the version of me who was looking across. Yeah. And I thought, oh my God, what is this guy doing, man? He got tubby belly, man.
You're fat,
tubby belly, man.
You're fat boy. I mean, no wrong being fat. Man. If you're fat, no wrong being fat.
Like, for me, I had a big, like, it looks so awkward, bro.
If you're unhealthy, that's unhealthy.
Belly, No, pot belly. I was a pothead. I was smoking all the time.
Yeah, you're smoking the weed.
Like, when I walked up the stairs, it was jiggling, and it's like I've got these skinny limbs, and this big belly. Right.
I remember, Joe, wait, hold on, joking, not through, This when he was fat, my man used to call me, right, and the lights were off, He didn't want to show me, he used to call me in the dark, I'm like, what you doing, bro? Your man's getting up in it. It was dark, I remember that. That's when he just came back from Canada, but you were chubby.
Yeah, because
the lights were off.
Oh man, bro, I didn't want to show my face, but like, so I had to do this film. I had to do this. I was an extra on this Asian film. Or this Asian series coming out, and basically they shaved off my beard, innit?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, like, my goatee. I didn't realize when they shaved it off, bro, my face. With a double chin, I was like, oh my God, bro. I was like, nah. And I think that was another moment where I need to
changing it.
I was looking so unhealthy myself. Like, it wasn't proportionate.
Right.
It was just like boom.
Yeah.
Like, I sit down and boom.
But it's good, man. Because I was saying, and we was talking about this earlier, and I was saying that you have to come to a point in your life where you don't want to be tormented anymore by the things that you're not doing.
Yeah.
And I would say destiny unfulfilled is torment. 100%. And you do not want to, be in that space where you're getting up every morning, you're like, you know what, I should be doing this, but I'm not doing it. Every night, and then the weeks go by, the months go by, the years go by, and you're in the same place where you were, 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
And you've made no progress. You know, I would say that listen.
That was me, bro.
Exactly.
That was me. Yeah.
Exactly. You know, so I'm happy that, you know, we're doing the thing now.
100%. You know what it is? It's like I literally for 2 years I did nothing, bro.
Right.
Let's be honest. I was just so content and complacent.
Yeah.
Because I had everything that I thought I want. Like, not that I thought I wanted. I did have everything I want, but I thought that that's all I needed to do. Like, just do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
I was doing the bare minimum for myself. And especially in relationships, I think what a lot of us need to realize as men is like you have to keep adapting and providing and being able to know that you're securing yourself. Right. Not even providing for the relationship, but by providing for yourself, you're able to provide to the relationship because you can actually substantiate a lot of the struggle going on. Because okay, now you don't have to worry about you can be comfortable with yourself because you don't have to worry about yourself. If they have an issue, you can resolve it, and vice versa. And when both parties are full, they're able to kind of mesh together a lot easier. Like when it's like this, it's not hard, gonna work. It can be very difficult. For me, it's like we have to realize how to be competent in communicating and connecting in relationships. I think that's the most important thing, and realizing when we are doing things wrong. Yeah. And having those conversations about when we're doing things wrong.
Okay, I agree. What about the other side though? You know, because I'm sure this one, actually, it just totally was your fault. I'm sure in regards to what do you think some of the things that women should understand about men in regards to how we in relationships and how we, you know.
I think you know what, it's hard as well because I think every relationship is different, and with men and women it isn't as easy and cut and dry because that person might understand you, but if that person isn't willing to understand themselves and change, you can't really do much. For me, I was just completely unwilling to change my attitude because I was comfortable. When this person gets, especially for men, I think a lot of us men, we get really complacent and comfortable when we find a woman, we find a nice life and we're on easy mode. We don't realize that we're causing so much more pressure on ourselves in the later part of our relationship because if we're not growing and adapting in the moment, we're setting ourselves up for something that's going to fail in the future because we're not building that foundation for the relationship to maintain itself. You can only maintain that position for only so long before it starts to get shaky.
Exactly.
Like if you're just chilling and doing nothing and you keep doing that, maybe it's all right for a month. You give it 3, 4, 5 months, it's going to start weighing down on one or the other.
Exactly. I think you're totally right. The reason why I asked that, I think it's about mutual sacrifice. That's what I'm trying to get into. Mutual sacrifice. Both parties needs to come together, you know, and decide that this is what they want and start building that legacy together. You know,
it's compromise.
You know, it is compromise, 100%. And sometimes people think they can just come to a relationship and just bring their whole self and just stay the same, you know, and not die. You need to die. You need to die. Literally, you need to die. Die to yourself, and you know, like and then
I literally, in terms of who I became just this, lump, just this person. I just became a couch potato, and like that doesn't help for a relationship to thrive in the world. Like we need each other, especially in a relationship, to be able to look at each other. Are our goals aligning? Are we doing what we need to do to get to the position that we want to be? What is the goal?
I got a question. And I'm gonna ask you the same thing. Do you think you needed the breakup?
Yeah.
Straight up, I like
100%.
that. Straight black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need it because that's what propelled you to.
100%.
And the reason why I ask that is because some tragedy sometimes, in many cases, propels you towards destiny.
100%.
When you go through something that's probably tragic, you reflect on the things that you've done, the things the person's done. And like you change your way.
I definitely needed to.
One of the worst things the worst things is to go through something crazy, and then don't change.
Oh man.
And then stay the same.
Oh man.
And then stay the same. That's probably worse than the thing itself, I would say.
I think, guaranteed. And I think a lot of us, especially after breakups, we don't realize that we put ourselves in even worse positions than we realize.
Right.
You know, because you beg, you plead,
Louder.
I want you. Give me your love. And then you continue on like, I need your love. Give it to me. That energy is just like, it's so needy.
Don't be doing that.
But I'm telling you, that's what happens after religion. You just feel this like, you feel like you've lost something. And you're like, I it's like crack. You know, it's similar to like I think they said like breakups are equivalent to like a crack fiend.
Who said
like
that?
A person who's been on heroin.
Okay.
And you're not giving them any drugs.
Right.
Because it hits that part of your brain that releases those emotions, like those that feelings.
It's tough.
Those,
it's tough.
Right. And those signals. And it's like, you want that person, but you can't have them anymore.
Right.
It's like, I need it. And then, but then what we all need to do, like, especially after, is like, yo, you have to see where you went wrong. That's it. Like, it sounds easier than it is, but it literally is. You have to look at how far you've taken your life.
Yeah.
With the current version of yourself. How far have you really gone with the version of yourself that's sitting right there right now?
I think for me, and I'll just be real about it. For me, like, I got together at a quite young age, and like, you know, and I didn't really know myself.
Right.
You know? I mean, who knows himself? But I mean, I didn't know much about myself then, and I was, you know, and I was in a relationship, and we were discovering each other. So yeah, so I was saying, and through the 20 years, we were discovering each other.
100%.
We were discovering each other, and there was some great times, some wonderful times, but it seems like the foundation wasn't right. We didn't build the right foundation. And I think sooner or later that's gonna catch up with you. It's gonna catch up to you. It's gonna catch up to you sooner or later. So any advice I would give, you know, is, you know, when you get with someone, build the right foundations.
Yeah.
What are the principles? What are the things they like? What are the things you like? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to mutually, you know, work on something together? You know, to create a destiny, you know, that God has planned for you. So that's what I'd say.
And I think that's so important. Like, I think a lot of us now is we have to build those foundations before anything. And I think it's not just in the relationship, but it's building your foundation for yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing. Is
you
being
can be ready
able to independently say, I take care of my things properly. You know, and really look, don't just live life on easy mode. I think that's a big mistake we all make. A lot of us live life on easy mode, but it's not our fault as well, because sometimes that's what we're taught, and that's what we see every day. And that the examples that we see, they live in easy mode, but they put in the work. You know, a lot of us, I think, on social media as well, is that you see a lot of the end result of things.
Yeah,
people are living their life,
they're lying,
whatever, and a lot of it's lies. And they're like, we have to be able to adapt and change ourselves to be able to see a different perspective of life. I think of a lot of us, when we're so stuck in a certain mindset for so long, we're not able to grow, develop, change, and see things in a different light until it hits a moment like a breakup, a tragedy, to actually see those things. And it's sad, but it's true. Yeah. The world we live in isn't the best place, but that doesn't mean that we can't live in a better one for ourselves. Yeah. And we can change how we look at life and how we grow. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, man, and it's just, and I guess one thing I'd say is just to add to that is that we're a bit different, because I guess you're more recent. I think more recent in regards to the breakup and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've spent my 2 years, you know, in the wilderness.
Oh damn.
You know, after that, you know, because after I broke up, I went traveling, find myself, and to kind of reflect on stuff, and then at one point I was like, you know, forget it, I don't want to be in relationships anymore. But I do think that time that I took out to really recognize who I was, and, you know, and to recognize the places that I went wrong, and, you know, and improve on those, you know, was good. But the weird thing though, I won't lie, after 10 years was mad, because I didn't know how to date. I didn't know what to do, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, what is app things? You know, like, we're not apps and all that.
I'm not touching those, bro.
You're not touching those things?
No, I'm good.
Some of them are good though.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, some of them are good. Some of them are good. Like, but it's weird, because how, you know, it's like, you know, because how do you know that you're talking to the person behind the
You know, you could be talking to a 50-year-old Jerry over there, you know what I mean?
Or what's it like?
You know, yes, I want him, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know who you. For me, I'm just like, okay.
Why not apps though? Why not apps?
Why not? For me, like, I would do it in person.
in person. Yeah,
now I'll do it in person.
Okay, I get it. Some people are too busy, but it's not about you. Some people are too busy in person.
I feel like once things align for me, I'm gonna be alright.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
I this is what I'm not.
I kind of agree. Yeah.
For me, I'm not focusing on it right now.
Exactly.
I'm focusing on getting this podcast to where it needs to be.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So that it helps people.
That's
That's my goal. My goal is to help people around me who can how can I improve their lives and create a better environment for them? How can I improve my life? How can I, you know what I mean? I think my problem was for so long I was always seeking some sort of gratification from people.
Right.
And I love that. But then that was always never getting me to where I want. Like I needed to actually just find what I wanted to do and do it for myself and feel self-gratified. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people now, we always want this instant gratification. And the thing is, things that we really, really, really want sometimes take a lot longer than we think we do.
Most things.
Most
good things, it
most
takes.
Things, you need to take some time and just be there, be present and be aware of what life is like. And it's not easy, but that's okay.
Exactly.
And we can all be better to improve that. So, yeah man. I think my goal right now is just keeping on track with what my goals are.
I agree. I think it's organic, to be honest. When you're focusing on doing what you need to do, that's actually, and it happens in that space when you're not focusing on it.
Yeah.
Which I think is sometimes the best place. It's it's more organic in that way, and then it feels better, and then you can actually build it around what you're doing because you didn't go searching for it. It just kind of happened.
Okay.
In an organic way. So yeah, definitely, bro. Just focus on that, and
I think that's what we're gonna do.
Good,
man. So I think what we'll do is wrap it up for this part.
Cool.
I'm gonna have Dwayne back at another time, so we're gonna catch it up on. Well, should we do a little ending? Yeah. You wanna do a dancing?
I can't. Yeah, I'll try.
You wanna do some dance? Okay, 1, 2. So we should do some beats. Taba, let's do.
LJ.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Mr. Dwayne.
Priscilla.
Okay, Mr. Dwayne. Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer. Mr. Spencer. Shout out your YouTube channel.
Yeah? Yo, Mr. Spencer. Yeah.
What's the channel?
Check out Mr. Spencer. YouTube. Instagram. Dwayne Spencer 777.
Hey, Mr. Yeah. Hey, that's weird. Hey, yo. Michael, come back and come here, man. Show.
777. You know,
bro,
777.
He just said 777. He's got 777.
You know how it is.
Hey, my birthday's 7.
It's 7, yeah?
797.
7's a big number.
Hey,
7's a number of God.
Hey, guys. Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning into this podcast. Funnily enough, this is a secondary podcast. We didn't get the audio.
You messed up the first one.
But I'll have him back and we'll be doing more topics on that anyways, guys. So
be blessed.
Thank you very much for tuning in. This is the Blessings to Lessons episode 2. Guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
If it helps, I booked the studio for 4.
Is it?
Yeah. Cause I noticed how long this was taking, and I was like, they might not finish. So I booked it for 4 as well. So
okay. All right. Fuck.
I need some water, bro. That was some good stuff in it.